And the people that we are looking at are more cats than dogs. You're not done. Kisera is there, but there's more for you. This is the Kisera world, or Kisera universe, or empire, or whatever you want to call it. I am possible. Impossible is I'm possible.
Yes. Halo, selamat sore sahabat Kisera semua. Ya, ketemu lagi sama Kisera Music dan Kisera BTS. Seperti biasa hari Senin sore kita akan bercerita tentang BTS, Behind the Story. Dan story kali ini ada yang berbeda. Ada bintang tamu yang istilahnya sudah beberapa kali ketemu, datang ke kita, ke kantor Kisera, dan hari ini khusus kita akan ngobrol dengan seseorang ini. Siapakah dia? Kita simak dulu satu lagu pembukaan dari Kisera Music Indonesia. Oke, silakan Nabil.
Being a woman ain't always easy. Heavy load, keep moving steady. But sport is different, it's healing. Starting out, can shake your feelings. You don't need to be the fastest one. Showing up means you already won. Cause support matters, comfort matters. Right feet on and the fear shatters. Move free, walk strong, own your space. You belong. Confidence on, keep going. This is your power showing. Sport is more than just motion. It's strength, heart, pure devotion. Choose your body, choose your mind. Choose yourself, your race, your time. For the ones just starting, for the ones returning, for the ones still trying. We see you, we got you, and we move together. Support matters, comfort matters. Right feet on and the fear shatters. Move free, walk strong, own your space. You belong. Confidence on, keep going. This is your power showing. For the ones just starting, for the ones returning, for the ones still trying. We see you, we got you, and we move together. Cause support matters, comfort matters. Right feet on and the fear shatters. Move free, walk strong, own your space. You belong. Confidence on, keep going. This is your power showing. Cause support matters, comfort matters. Right feet on and the fear shatters. Move free, walk strong, own your space. You belong. Confidence on, keep going. This is your power showing. Cause support matters, comfort matters. Right feet on and the fear shatters. Move free, walk strong, own your space. You belong. Confidence on, keep going. shatters. Move free, walk strong, own your space. You belong. Confidence on, keep going. This is your power showing. 'Cause support matters, comfort matters. Right feet on and fear shatters. Move free, walk strong, own your space. You belong. Confidence on, keep going. This is your power showing.
Oke, itu kan lagu pertama kita ya sebagai pembukaan di sore hari ini. Tadi adalah She Is in Motion ya judulnya ya. Diciptakan oleh tim Kisera pada saat kita launching pertama kali hijab sport ya kalau nggak salah. Jadi hari ini ada yang berbeda dari live kita malam sore hari ini. Ada tamu istimewa yang kali ini bukan perempuan. Biasanya kalau tamu yang diundang biasanya perempuan ya karena konteksnya dengan Kisera. Tapi kali ini saya akan berbicara dengan seseorang yang baru saya kenal sekitar 10 hari yang lalu ya. Beliau adalah dibilang pengajar mungkin ya, dosen juga, mungkin dia sudah berkeliling dunia dan banyak sekali yang dia tahu tentang UMKM yang ada di seluruh dunia, dan diantaranya beliau berkunjung ke Kisera sekitar mungkin 10 hari yang lalu kita pertama kali ketemu. Dan siapakah dia? Oke, udah mulai di-shoot belum? Udah? Oke, this is Mr. Erno De Corte. Hi, hello Erno,
Hello,
how are you?
thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so you see Nabila singing, other side, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
You meet her with several times and having a conversation, and this time you see her singing, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I told the audience about you, and we are just knowing about 10 days, right?
Yep.
Yeah, less than a week.
That's,
Yeah, and then 2 weeks, yeah. And okay, maybe you should introduce yourself first. May I introduce you to the audience? Yeah. Okay.
So, born in 1960 in Rotterdam.
Okay.
I went to high school, of course, like everybody does. And then during high school, I was thinking, I want to be out in the world.
Okay.
I want to be civil engineer. I want to go build bridges and dams and help people with that, etc. So 15, 16 years. What I didn't realize is that language is important. So I didn't care at all about languages. My English was very poor. I took a gap year after my high school. I spent 3 months in the US, which made a huge difference for my English. And I went to Technical University Delft to become civil engineer. I was quite successful that first year, but it turned out it was not my dream that I could accomplish there. Flipped 180 degrees, become a teacher, Montessori teacher
Montessori
at a primary school, so the age of between 4 and 12 years old. Completely different, a completely different world. Still benefiting from that today in many ways. So I have two sides to me: the highly technical side and the more social side, developing children and so on, people. Fast forward, 1995, I started 2 companies together with somebody I met at university, and that became quite successful. It's almost like Kisera. In a few years' time, we had almost 20 people employed in the IT.
IT.
And we're talking about 1995 to 2000, so IT was hot, internet was new, a lot of money we could make with that. So from 0 to 20 people was easy. Everybody told us you should go faster. We didn't want that. We wanted to take a steady pace, We sold the company in 2000 for a lot of money. And then in those days, the internet bubble collapsed.
Yes.
So we just cashed out at the right moment. And then,
Okay.
Still in the business of training and consultancy, I also had started to build communities. So we had communities with members in 27 different countries, including South Africa, Middle East, all the way from Finland to Bulgaria. And we were even considering to expand into China and the US. Fast forward another 10 years, for certain reasons, I had to abandon that project. It was not a bad decision. And since then, since 2012, I have been involved in Indonesia, for example. So that was the first time that I came here and did a project here. Was very impressed about what I saw. I'll tell more about that later. But also a little bit curious about things that happened here. We also went to Ghana, to Uganda, to South Africa. So that was based on my instincts of young child. I was doing what I was supposed to do. And after Corona, again, 10 years in the future, after Corona, we are now building a new global community, which is connected to hypos like yourself, high potentials, Nabila and others that I meet. We have conversations, we have projects, we have lifelong learning projects. So when I came here, and that's perhaps the last of this part, like 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, I saw this beautiful Kisera world, I would call it. And I was so intrigued that you and I had to meet again, and we did. And I'm happy about that. Thank you for the invitation.
This is the 5th time, we meet.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
Okay, thank you. And I'm curious about the community. Is it when we are first met, you told me that you are a dream catcher. Yeah.
So I am a global entrepreneur, but most important what I do is I'm looking for dreams and I'm trying to make those dreams stronger. To help to get that dream more clear and then perhaps even transform it in what we call a big, hairy, audacious goal. Now, your goal at a certain point became clear. It was first a dream, then you were going to, Kisera is literally based on your 3 daughters and the needs they had. And then more and more the dream came stronger and you created this empire.
Okay, it is specifically for SMEs or?
No. It can be a lot of different dreams and it isn't always company-based as well. Sometimes it's a passion project, sometimes it is even the music that you do here, for example. But it's mostly about a dream that might, because of the environment, because of the finance, the personal dream, the PFE as we call it, finance, environment are at the bottom. The person should be on top, but for many people, unfortunately, the person is here and the finance and the environment take over. And we try to make people aware of that and assist them in literally turning that around. You have done that, so for you it might be quite natural in a small way, but we want you to do that with more awareness and more knowledge before you even do it, instead of just going in and so we help people with that dream, and it can be many different things. And we mix, and this is the other thing, we work with a lot of universities here in Bandung, and one of the biggest universities in the world as well is here in Indonesia, in Bulgaria, in South Africa. Students from universities, staff members. We do not deal with institutes. We deal with people. So I am not interested in a university as an institute. I will go to Bulgaria soon next week, and I'm not talking to the university. I'm talking to the person in front of me. And if he or she has dreams that we can connect into the network, then everybody is going to be better.
Wow. Yeah, everyone that when we first met, he said that don't talk about international.
That's another
talk
thing.
about global.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a small thing indeed. If in Indonesia you talk about international, you stay in a certain bandwidth, which is mostly, let's say, from Indonesia all the way to Malaysia, Vietnam, perhaps Korea, Japan, etc. So it's a bandwidth thing. If you talk about global, you reach out to the other continents as well.
Yeah.
It is into Africa, it's into Europe, it's into the US, in the Americas basically. International can be a narrow bandwidth. Global is always wide.
Okay, that's one thing. Yeah.
And I must say, if I look at what you are doing, and I look at the fact that this is one of the things that I was already interested in 2011. This is the biggest Muslim country. It has many other religions as well, but it's the biggest one. Why in the world is it not recognized like that? Why is the leadership that Indonesia could offer to the world not really accepted by people outside Indonesia so much? And there's many aspects why that is happening, so I can talk more about it. But that was what fascinated me, because I can see all these beautiful people here as well, and I'm so impressed by them.
Thank you.
And the other thing there is also that the Netherlands and Indonesia have a history. It's actually today the birthday of our king, King Willem-Alexander.
Long live the king.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could have been so that if history had taken another turn, it would have been your king as well.
Our king.
That's fortunately not happened, but it could have happened. But there is no bad feelings. And in other countries where I go, in Africa, for example, there's still a lot of hate and anger and about history. You have lifted yourself as a nation above that point, and again, big applause for that, because it makes it feel like home in a way. The world is my home. I don't live in one country anymore, but here I feel always welcome and always appreciated as well, even.
So it is like the second country of you.
Yeah, South Africa, Indonesia, and hopefully soon Bulgaria as well. There's many reasons why I connect to these. Ghana, Uganda, a little bit more difficult. But I feel less connected to the Netherlands nowadays than I feel to Indonesia, South Africa. So
everyone.
I'm a global nomad. So I don't have a home anymore anywhere. I just travel from country to country, from city to city.
Okay. Everyone that Erno here is already sold his home in Netherlands. So he's living in many countries like Indonesia today. You are already 2 weeks here, right?
No, I arrived even earlier. This is my visa is 30 days and it expires on May 3. So I'm thinking my last week more or less. Yeah. So what do you think about Bandung here? And then when you are meet Kisera, and what you think about Kisera after you? You asked 2 questions. No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. My first projects were in Bandar Lampung and in Ponorogo. And Bandung is, of course, not like those cities. Bandung is a step higher, like that. Surabaya, Bandung. It's fortunately not Jakarta. I think it's quite big. Capital cities are often a little bit difficult. So in that sense, Bandung feels really, really comfortable in many, many ways. It's even a walkable city, which I always find important, that you can just go about your thing, not always dependent on scooter or car. So no, Bandung is first time I came here was 2018, and I feel
before the COVID,
and I feel quite at home. Done an important project in 2018 with some people in Bandung, and that was immediately good. And then the other part of your question was what happened when I came here. Even feeling more at home. what you have done as a team and you as well in your leadership as well is amazing in those years. And what I like here is the fact that it isn't just a small medium enterprise focused on a certain thing, but even the music today and all the other aspects. This is the Kisera world, or Kisera universe or empire or whatever you want to call it. It's much more than just making hijabs. And I think that is one of the strengths of what you have all accomplished, that it is much more. And that is the creativity. You can come in, at least I can see that. I can come in and I can see it, I can feel it. And that makes me extremely happy. I wish we would have many, many more of these, not the same, but of these type of businesses. You have 60 million SMEs.
Yeah, around the world.
Here in Indonesia. In Indonesia.
Okay.
That is 1 in 5 of Indonesians is somehow connected. That's a crazy number. That's a crazy number.
Too much.
And it's too much. It's literally too much. And that is enormously competitive. And that doesn't help much. So that was the theme of my presentation as well, my workshop, going from competitive to cooperation and then collaboration. That is what more people should think about. And you doing that here.
So do you think the Kisera music is other strength to be collaborate?
Absolutely. And I think that you should, not we, but you should keep adding other elements to the portfolio as well. The creative energy in this place, the combination of all that can lead to many more different ventures, basically, projects. And not all of them will be successful, but that is exactly what creativity is about.
Yes.
So I think that, this could be, and specifically as the young generation is so involved, that's the other thing that I like here. I think that if we find the right people and the right projects, that Kisera world empire could be not so much bigger per se, but wider and deeper. And music is one, absolutely, but there are other possibilities as well.
Yeah.
I'm certain.
Speak about the young generation. What do you after you see the Gen Z at Kisera team?
Yeah, and I'm looking at the global picture, of course. What we see is that I am in phase 3 of my life. I am past the empty nest. My sons are in Texas, and the other one is going to marry with somebody from Malaysia soon. So we are a global family. But it isn't easy as a parent to deal with your own children.
Yes,
that is one of the themes that we also discuss in our community. This is the fact that the parent-child relationship isn't always easy. But the funny thing is, grandparent and children are often quite easy.
Yeah.
So we see that in 3 phases. Phase 1 is education exploration. Before the family. Yeah. Seeing as much of yourself and the world as possible. Yeah. That is what should happen. It does often not happen. It might stay in that international instead of the global. Yeah. So I highly encourage people to step out of that area also. It's not easy, it's not cheap, but it's worth it. And then phase 2 is obviously family, but all the responsibilities and the dream obviously often gets buried under all of that.
Yes,
so the dream is there in phase 1, but it's far more difficult to get that dream realized in phase 2. I can tell you many examples of that.
Especially women maybe?
Yeah, and then you somehow, when you see that your daughters are getting older, you somehow escape from that.
Yeah.
And you break through those barriers. So you are now still a little bit with one foot in phase 2. But I think you're also looking ahead and forward into a future of what's next for me? What's then next for Kisera? And that is what I noticed even in that first workshop. You're not done. Kisera is there, but there is more for you. And it might not even be per se Kisera. There might be other things as well. Kisera will benefit, but I think there is more for you outside Kisera as well. unless you expand it, of course. But and then you end up in phase 3, where you think about legacy and looking back and wanting to share your experiences. And this is why I was going there. It isn't easy to link people from phase 1 to phase 3, Gen Z and senior people. Whoa, doesn't always work well. And we try to break through that barrier by enabling people to bridge that gap. Because if you do, I can tell you, it's very inspirational for both sides.
Okay.
I don't want to tell you what to do. Please make your own mistakes. Please do that. I'm not going to tell you that you even made a mistake. I will help you to deal with the mistake if needed. But you must make your own mistakes. We have made many mistakes, and now you are going to, because I'm gone in a few years. The future is for phase 1 Gen Z.
So, do you think that the story, even the little story in the outware there, will motivate it or make a difference?
It's already doing that. It's already doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. If we look at what we discussed on Saturday as well, how we can look at society, how we can look at the world, and we look at what we doing in some of these projects in South Africa, example where you see Onabo with the big drill and all the other tools as well. She loves to do that, and she loves to build a tiny house and the low voltage grid projects as well. So making it practical, taking it from the academic to the practical application. Obviously, Kisera is about practical application.
Yes.
But you also did a lot of research as well as foundation for this success. So this, what you have done, possibly almost by instinct, is in a way the story as we tell it as well. What should happen more? Yeah. So my compliments for that.
Thank you so much. I will talk to bahasa Indonesia. Oke. Tadi sedikit pembicaraan saya dengan Mr. Erno, dan ya tadi sudah didengar ya bahwa dia berkeliling dunia untuk mencari, mengetahui, mencari mimpi katanya ya, di mana dia bertemu dengan banyak orang untuk bisa berbagi cerita, saling memotivasi bahwa di dunia ini banyak banget kekuatan-kekuatan yang kadang-kadang nggak terlihat ya. Even kalau kita ngomong adalah UMKM, walaupun tidak spesifik ya, tadi Mr. Erno bilang bukan khusus UMKM, tapi semua. Dia lewat kampus, lewat personal juga, lewat company juga, tapi nggak banyak. Tapi intinya dia menemukan banyak cerita dari seluruh dunia, dan itu membuat Mr. Erno menemukan suatu mimpi yang istilahnya nanti akan menjadi suatu cerita atau oleh-oleh dari negara ke negara lain gitu. Nah, kalau yang belum tahu mau penasaran juga, boleh dong cari-cari di nanti ya siapakah Mr. Erno ini selanjutnya. Tapi sebelum itu kita akan lihat dulu mau nyanyi lagu apa, Nabil?
Mojang Sunda.
Mojang Sunda. Karena ini di Bandung ya. Ya. They will bring the song about the Bandung, Sinti, and it's about the woman.
Okay, that's important.
It is called Mojang Sunda. Mojang is girl, Sunda is the Bandung. Okay, boleh, silakan Nabil.
di tiap gerak, siapapun luluh tatap pandang. Mojang Sunda bikin jatuh hati, sekali pandang lupa dunia ini. Mojang Sunda warning dan berseri, bila cinta harus dijaga akan setia. Embun pagi jatuh di rambutnya, cahaya senja jatuh di kulitnya. Langkah bak angin pegunungan, senyum lirik bikin dunia tenang. Bukan cuma elok semata, ada cahaya dalam hatinya. Ada adat di tiap gerak, siapapun luluh tatap pandang. Mojang Sunda bikin jatuh hati, sekali pandang lupa dunia ini. Mojang Sunda warning dan berseri, bila cinta harus dijaga akan setia. Mojang Sunda jatuh hati, Mojang Sunda warning berseri, ini bukan cerita lama, nyata dia di sini. Ini bukan cerita lama, nyata ada di sini. Ini bukan cerita lama, nyata dia di sini. Ini bukan cerita lama, dekatlah ke sini. Mojang Sunda bikin jatuh hati, sekali pandang lupa dunia ini. Mojang Sunda warning dan berseri, bila cinta harus dijaga akan setia. Legenda turun ke bumi, Mojang Sunda ada di sini.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nadiem. And that the story about the Mojang Sunda, the Bandung girls. This song is written by Tim Kisera,
Okay.
sing by Tim Kisera, music by Tim Kisera, and sometimes we make the video clip by Tim Kisera. So yeah, it is other part of creativity.
Yep.
Yeah, the passion. Like Nabil likes to sing a lot, and then we make her the singer because yeah, he got more talent.
So what you natively do already is indeed what we try to do, is find those talents, find those dreams, and this studio and what you have elsewhere is connected to that dream, of course, as well.
Yes.
So from dream, so I was just thinking when I was listening to the music, it often starts with one or two thoughts in your mind early morning or whatever. That's the personal space.
Yeah.
Then I want to share it with you. That's the space between two people. So our project, our platform, for example, is shaped like that. You can store your own personal thoughts. You can share it with one other person, and then sometimes it becomes a project. And then you invite more people. All these people here.
Yeah.
And then you make a project out of that. And the next step is that you bring it to a global marketplace. Literally. And it goes out in the world.
Hopefully.
So these 4 steps basically is what we even create in our platform as well. Things that you keep to yourself, things that you share with one other person, and then creating a project out of that. I think that is a very healthy way of getting your creative energy to come alive.
Yeah, that's that's one of my dreams too, because like I told you before, I have a postponed dream in the past, phase 2, when I have the kids around, and then I have to work also, and then I have to being a mother, being a wife. So it is for audience outside there that dream is not always chasing when we young. Yeah, sometimes they are continuous. Yeah.
The best thing that can happen is that before you go into phase 2, that your dream is already more solid. That it is perhaps not executed on at least, but that it is so solid that you can still warm your hands around it and perhaps even work on it in phase 2. Not everybody can do that, but it's something that we hope that more and more people can do. Follow their dream literally and make it in something like this.
Ya, tuh, follow your dream katanya ya teman-teman semua ya. Jadi buat yang merasa, oh saya tuh bingung mau ngapain gitu. I'm sorry, I'm talking bahasa ini. Bingung mau ngapain, jangan takut gitu. Jadi nggak ada kalau di Islam kan gitu ya, nggak ada batasnya kita harus belajar itu kapan dan di mana. Bahkan Al-Quran menyuruh kita untuk ngejar mimpi, ngejar ilmu sampai ke negeri Cina gitu ya. Istilahnya kita harus ngomong, kalau tadi kata Mr. Erno, global gitu. Nggak boleh kalau mimpi itu sedikit, mimpi itu harus besar gitu ya. We have a big dream.
Yeah, and this is the other thing. Perhaps not per se for Kisera as example, but in general, we have learned, now we talk about science, research. We do this based on the knowledge that we have, the mountain of knowledge. So much knowledge out there. Why do we keep reinventing the wheel each morning? The wheel is round. Many wheels have rubber tires. The concept is there. So why do we reinvent the wheel? Why don't we look at the science of the wheel and simply optimize it for many other things as well? So use the mountain of knowledge, find the right information or add to it, but then in a way like with your patent, for example, that was a new method to use your energy in the right way and not reinvent everything again and again. So that was a thought that came to mind. But the other thing is, we know that if you can think global and then apply it locally, you have opened an enormous potential.
Yes.
If you start locally, all your current platforms, for example, I'm using many of them, Traveloka and others, they really don't work outside Indonesia. They have English options, but they were not designed from day one to have a global philosophy.
Yes.
And upscaling from local level to global level is almost impossible. One of the advantages of a small country in the Netherlands is we have Booking.com, starting in the Netherlands, designed from day zero as a global platform, and you can see how that works. And the same is for Sweden with Spotify and other solutions from the smaller countries. It's easier for them to start global, start thinking global immediately. So the challenge for Indonesia is think more global. Even though it might only be in the local market, but if you embrace the global thinking, then your world is going to be bigger. Kisera world will be bigger.
Yeah, it is interesting because the concept of the design, Kisera's design, I used to talk about the design teams that we have to have the benchmark not from Indonesian
and I see all these books there, so you take the inspiration. That's very good.
Yeah, I start with the design must like the, maybe I can say the word, the brand LV, maybe Hermes, or
exactly.
We have to put the high goals.
So what I was just saying, you have already instinctively done as well, and that is good. And when you showed me the Van Gogh sunflower, I thought, yeah, this is a typical example.
Yeah.
This is where you can see, and that is that could be the strength of Indonesia. Really make yourself more visible. Proudly made in Indonesia is better than made in Germany.
Yeah.
Made in Germany.
Really? In
No.
what product? In what kind? Maybe different. Yeah.
I don't want to criticize Germany,
But the
but the
technologies-
mentality of Germans is not global.
Okay.
So this is where perhaps China and Japan have done a better job in embracing
maybe.
the global market, but Germany is still its own little island. Did you know, for example, that many of the communication in Germany between businesses and others and government is still with a fax machine?
Really?
Not with email.
They use it now?
Still.
Oh.
And they have realized how weak that is in their society, but they cannot solve it. So this is just one example.
Yeah,
As I said, I don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
to criticize
Yes,
Germany
yes,
per
yes.
se, but don't overestimate let's say the made in Germany. It's not bad, but there's definitely, you can see it now also in the car manufacturing. The Chinese brands are taking over a significant part of the electric market specifically, and not even Tesla can do much more about it. Now, fortunately, they are at the top anyway already, so all the other brands are slightly below that. But Germany is making no dent in the EV market, as an example. So Indonesia should, in 30, 40 years' time, Golden Indonesia 2045, be leading in the world in certain aspects. And it has to happen.
Hopefully. Ya, tuh kata Bapak, katanya gitu
Sorry,
ya.
hopefully, for me,
Yeah.
it's too weak. It's not hope.
Oh,
It needs something stronger. What is a stronger word that you could use? I would say let's make it happen.
Oke, let's make it happen. Oke, ya Bapak-bapak kata ini ya, harus berpikir global katanya. Harus ditempatin dulu di tempat yang levelnya paling tinggi katanya, nanti baru kita share di yang lokal.
If you think about the philosophy
Sorry?
and other things, that's an important thing as well. What is driving Kisera and how did it even come to where it is now? And then, this is where you are now, at that crossroads, what is the next step?
Yes.
We already, in those 10 days only, we already discussed even perhaps having a production facility in South Africa. It might never happen, but we started to brainstorm and dream about it. So that is a part of the dream as well. And it's not impossible that will happen.
Lots of idea that you bring to me. Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is about the word impossible? If you reshape it, I am possible. Impossible is I'm possible.
Yes, it's the rhyming. Yeah. Impossible is I am possible.
Yes.
Okay. Quite interesting. Okay, some of my team want to ask you something. Mr. Erno, what's your activity besides meet people globally around the world?
Most of my mornings I start with drinking coffee and having conversations wherever I am. And sometimes it can be at an airport where I meet somebody. Sometimes it was with you last week. Sometimes it is with the hotel manager, Mr. Yoko from the pavilion. So having conversations, exploring opportunities. But the biggest thing is indeed also creativity.
Also recharge maybe.
Yes, to recharge and to get my creative energy. So yesterday I finally, after almost 18 months, broke through a barrier in the programming that I'm doing. And it's very difficult to explain, but I was extremely excited that I have been trying to attack that problem from so many angles and I couldn't find the solution. And I was in the flow yesterday and I fixed it. And I know that Steve Jobs probably felt like that when he was looking at the iPhone at a certain point. And
the innovation.
And the innovation, and Elon Musk must think that with SpaceX and Tesla and all the other things he's doing. And even Nelson Mandela, who's also inspirational for me. He took a very complex puzzle of apartheid, and he spent 25 years in prison to think about that. And then he fixed that without shooting all the white people in South Africa, as the rest of the ANC wanted. So even his wife. So creativity and brain power is extremely important, and we have to find that in phase one people, in what you call Gen Z as well, to make them aware of the strength of their creativity and their ideas, their dreams.
So you're talking to someone in the morning, and then it can bring your other side of creativity and then the spirit. And
But what I also do in the morning is contemplation, reflection, observing. I'm a Montessori teacher, so we are taught to not just talk only, but also look at things and see what you literally see in the streets. Or I'm sitting in the Hummingbird, for example, often, and in the morning there's almost always a large group of mothers in there. There's a lot of energy in the air, but I'm always thinking, where does this go to, this energy? What is happening with these people? So that's part of what I do as well.
Okay, maybe only one question, ya, Nisa? One question only, ya? Global thinking, okay. Okay. Mau lagu terakhir nanti 2, 1. 1, okay. Okay. Let's talk about the other thing that you do. How do you think about the like you said before, the soul? Yeah. Maybe when you meet someone, I can see that you are analyze the conversation. You're thinking about the words. Like yesterday, I talked to Honey, and then this word is like it is more values word in our conversation. So what do you think about the connection between strength people?
Yeah, I think the first thing that we noticed when we were walking is that I'm reading people.
You are reading people.
I'm reading people, and I've always been doing that, and historically there are reasons why I do that, but I will not go into that. But this is part of what you do as Montessori as well. You read people and you try to find out what is driving them, what is moving them, where the creativity is, etc. So when you were sitting next to me in that workshop, for example, and I had looked at your timeline, I noticed, a lot of quote. And then at a certain point, the dream continues. But that's like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So on the wall, at least, it didn't show much progress. Now I know more about this part as well. It's not on the wall per se, but and then I try to connect to people first of all. We prefer the first conversations to be in a what we call MD2 format, two MD2, people only. Yeah. And the MD stands for decisions you make, micro decisions. So when I talk to you, there's things happening in my mind, small things are flipped, and in your side as well, probably, in almost all cases. And if the first conversation and the second conversation feels right, then you move on and take another step and another step. So we were just before this as well, we were having another conversation, and step by step you see if there is something that a global community like we have can offer. We have, our president was 15 years old when he wrote his first book, Mr. Howard Zondo. I just spoke to him, he's now a father since a few months. So he's in phase 2 now. But in phase 1, he was already very active at the age of 15. He had spoken to 1 million people before the age of 20. These are gigantic people. And you don't want them to disappear. You want them to come to fully alive. And I have only a few years left, honestly. But Gen Z has 60, 70 years of the future in their hands. So
still a long way to go.
Yeah. We can benefit all from that. Yeah. It's not about me. It's about the younger generation.
I also take the MB2 part with my team because in maybe once a month I talking to them just
Face to face.
Yeah, face to face to digging the what's next.
But there is certain structures that you can follow in these conversations as well to make sure that it is more than just a polite talk. That's the other thing as well. You want to achieve something together, and that is why you have to read people to see what is going on. And the biggest thing for me, I don't know how do you experience that yourself, but what I don't want to feel at the end is that I'm drained and tired. And it's almost always so that I feel more energized at the end than deflated. And that's a good measurement for me. With you as well, with Bayoko, with so many others. So it's a relatively easy measurement.
That awake me from the things that I have emptiness and then buried them is also when I have some problem with my kids. So they are my kid now. So I try to, like you said before, break the
barrier.
The barrier. It's next step.
But this is another thing. This is a responsibility for both generations, for both phases. It isn't just a problem of the elderly or the younger. This is a shared responsibility. And what most people don't understand, there is a you, there is a me, and then there is a space between us, which needs to be healthy, and it's like almost like a spa, a sauna. This needs to feel good. This needs to so if that isn't the case, then you look at, but why doesn't it feel right? What's wrong here? And sometimes it is because people have fallen asleep. I call them sleeping beauties, and that's sad because these people have the potential, but they somehow cannot get out of the box, it's like your cats. You want your cats to be free in the street and not always be in there. For a cat specifically, it's not a good thing to be constantly in a box. And the people that we are looking at are more cats than dogs.
That's
more free roaming spirits than sheep. A goat or a sheep or different type of animals as well.
Okay, and I think it is almost, itu 10 minutes more. Okay, it's almost done.
Good. Thank you.
I think, there are more conversation I want to talk about, but I think the time is limited. So maybe you want to close this live with this podcast with one or two sentences for audience out there about the how being thinking different, creative, and go globally, maybe?
Yep.
Okay.
We had an event in Bali in October 2019, and many high potentials were there. And on the Wednesday in the event, at a certain point, we realized we are all a little bit strange. We are proudly abnormal. So we do recognize that we might be different than other people, but we are not sad about that. We are proud about that difference. Not that other people are less or so, that's not a thing. On the contrary, but proudly abnormal became quite an important slogan. And the other thing indeed was, it was people from all over the world. So what happened there, that was a kind of merge of all kind of different brains. And we are looking into, because Corona stopped us, of course, in doing another event. We don't know where yet. It might be Bulgaria. It's an interesting location for many reasons. Between Europe and Asia, in a way, the Middle East and Africa. So that might be a nice location. And then having people come from all over the world to share literally their brain, then you can automatically almost get a global way of thinking as well. So the other way around, if you don't surround yourself with people that want to open their mind, that are narrow-minded or strictly focused on Indonesia only, then you limit yourself. And that is one of the things I sometimes have a little bit to fight with in Indonesia, the other way around. This is such a beautiful country, not only, but amount of people, beautiful people, 300 million, that you will have to take that leadership role, because the northern part of our planet is slowly getting older and older, and all the youthful energy is coming from Brazil, from Africa, and from this region, from Indonesia as well. So this is literally the future, and we have to make sure that we use those resources in the right way.
Thank you. Ya, buat yang tadi yang sudah mendengarnya, menyimaknya, Mr. Erno menutup dengan bawa kata-kata bahwa kita harus berdiri, ya, surrounding by, ya, dikelilingi sama orang-orang yang mau berpikiran maju, mau bisa maksudnya bergerak, mencari lebih lagi, jangan takut being berbeda, katanya ya, don't be afraid being different, ya. Because sometimes kadang-kadang itu berbeda itu adalah kekuatan kita juga gitu. Jadi makin sering kita ketemu dengan orang, dengan lingkungan yang saling bisa mendukung untuk menjadi sebuah kekuatan, itu akan menjadi lebih baik gitu. Mungkin ya teman-teman semua ya. Jadi ini adalah akhir dari sesi kita kali ini, ngobrol-ngobrol dengan Mr. Erno De Corte dari Belanda. Sebenarnya udah gak ada di Belanda ya. There's no house in Netherlands, right? Dia udah gak punya.
I'm building tiny houses everywhere.
Big tiny house ya. His house is everywhere katanya. Jadi buat hari ini kita, buat hari ini kita tutup dulu percakapan dengan Mr. Erno De Corte. Buat teman-teman yang follow IG Kisera pasti tahu dong ya, kapan kita pertama kali ketemu dengan Mr. Erno, dan nanti cerita akan berlanjut karena Mr. Erno katanya memberikan saya satu barang yang nggak boleh dibuka sampai nanti dia kasih tahu, Ina boleh dibuka, baru saya buka barang tersebut. I spill the gift that you bring to me and I'm not allowed to open it until you told me so. Oke, kita tutup live kita hari ini dengan satu lagu lagi dari Nabil. Apa judulnya?
Lagu di akhir acara.
Lagu di akhir acara.
That's the fourth song I'm going to hear.
Ibu sebelumnya.
Ibu was first.
Yes, right.
Ibu was first. Very beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
Ibu was beautiful.
Yeah, this is the name of the song is the end of the
song
show.
For the end of the show.
That's
song
a
for the
nice
end
one.
of the show.
That's the title.
Okay, silakan ambil.
Okay. Tak perlu suara sempurna, tak mesti ngerti tangga nada, asalkan mengikuti irama, kita bisa nyanyi bersama-sama. Lupakan rasa malu, biarkan mengalir lewat lagu. Di sini semua setara, biarkan hatimu terasa lega. Kesatu kata kedua berirama, ketiga langkah keempat senyuman mengalir satu persatu. Aku kamu siapapun yang mau. Nada dasarnya, aku kata pertamanya, walau nyanyi dalam hati bisa buat suasana berseri. Do nada awalnya, kamu kata keduanya, jika hafal bisa dinyanyikan agar dunia tersenyum kembali. Jangan ragu, jangan bimbang, semua bisa punya peran. Cukup nyanyi satu kata, beban di pundakku. Ke satu kata kedua berirama, ketiga langkah keempat senyuman mengalir satu persatu. Aku kamu siapapun yang mau. Nada dasarnya, aku kata pertamanya, walau nyanyi dalam hati bisa buat suasana berseri. Do nada kamu kata keduanya. Jika hafal bisa dinyanyikan agar dunia tersenyum kembali. Bernyanyi bukan ingin dipuji, tapi untuk ringankan hati, kita saling jaga irama dalam lagu yang sederhana. C, nada dasarnya, aku kata pertamanya. Walau nyanyi dalam hati bisa buat suasana berseri-seri. Do, nada awalnya, kamu kata keduanya. Jika hafal bisa dinyanyikan agar dunia tersenyum kembali. Mari kemari bernyanyi, aku bernyanyi, kamu berdansa. Mari kemari kesini, hilangkan rasa penat kepala. Mari kemari bernyanyi, aku bernyanyi, kamu berdansa. Mari kemari kesini sebelum berakhir acara ini. Kita akhiri lagu ini, pastikan senang hati. Kita akan bertemu lagi. Dalam kesempatan akan datang. Dalam kesempatan akan datang. Song for the end of the show.